Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So, I'm going to try to attempt to do my review on X-Men 97. It debuted, I believe, a day or two ago. So, I had a chance to watch it yesterday. So, I just kind of want to give my overall thoughts on the first two episodes anyway. So, I'm not a big fan of the original X-Men 90. Was it X-Men 92? The X-Men the animated series from the early 90s. I believe it was 92. Not the biggest fan of it. I enjoyed it, but I didn't watch like the entire series. I was more of the Batman animated adventures, or the Batman Adventures and Spider-Man the animated series. Like I much prefer the Batman animated show and Spider-Man the animated series. Those were the two shows that I were kind of like going back and forth. And I knew of X-Men. I remember watching X-Men like a few episodes, but never really diving deep into the whole series because it was just like it felt like one continuous story and I never knew where it continued on. So I just kind of like watched episodes like on Fox and on Saturday, and they used to play like during the afternoons when I got home from school. So I would catch the episodes as I did, but I never dived into the whole series as a whole. Maybe I should do that now that it's on Disney Plus too. So maybe I should go back and do that. But I want to talk about the revival X-Men 97. The first two episodes are now up on Disney Plus. So I just want to give you my quick thoughts on it. Watched both episodes yesterday. Episode 1 I thought was really good. Episode 2 was much better. So overall I thought that both episodes, I think the series is off to a great start. I think both episodes were phenomenal. I thought episode 2 was much better. This is a show that is a continuation of the original 90s series. So I went into this really just I'm kind of turned off on animated shows, to be honest with you. I'm very skeptical when it comes to animated shows. And I've been that way for years. I'm a big anime fan, but American animation, like it has to do a lot to get me invested into it because I find American animated series to be very stiff. And if they're really stiff, then I can't really like dive into what the show is trying to tell me. I was able to watch all of the He-Man Masters of the Universe series that came out on Netflix because I thought the animation was very well done. And same with this show. I think X-Men 97, the animation is very well done. Now, a lot of the characters aren't 100% accurate to the original 90s series. We all know they stripped Rogue of a lot of her, let's just say, assets, right, Jimmy? Yeah, they definitely stripped Rogue of a lot of her assets to speak, but overall, I really enjoyed the animation. I thought the animation really kind of carried the show. I thought the music score was phenomenal. Like when Magneto was doing this whole like monologue in the second episode, and they were playing this music, and you were seeing like Jean Grey giving birth, and you see Magneto going up into the sky with I guess the Senate or whoever, Congress, whoever he had, like the people that were standing trial with him, just bringing them into space, and he's giving this whole like monologue, and you see all the X-Men fighting and Jean giving birth and stuff. Like the music was very well done, and the music throughout both episode 1 and episode 2 was very well done. The one thing I really enjoyed about this show is it's for kids, but it's not directed directly toward kids. If that makes any sense, right? Like it's definitely for younger audience. Audience can definitely watch it, but this is no doubt for kids that grew up like me in the 90s who've seen the original 90s series. Like it's for us. So yes, kids can watch it, but I think it's really for us, and we can really get a lot of benefit out of it. We get a lot of emotional attachment to it because we grew up with that 90s series. I think the character design is phenomenal. There are twists and turns that happen in episodes 1 and episode 2 that you're just like, oh, where is this going to go? What's going to happen? I have my nitpicks with some things. Like I don't necessarily like Magneto's costume. Me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of Magneto's costume. He had a costume similar to that, and I believe the all new Uncanny X-Men, I believe he had a costume similar. It was like similar to it. It's not exactly one for one, but it's similar to that. I'm not the biggest fan of that costume, but I wasn't the biggest fan of any of those costumes in the all new X-Men era. I just like Cyclops costume was like, oh my god, no. What did they do to you, Cyclops, with a big freaking X across the face? But yeah, I didn't like Magneto's costume. And I didn't like the fact that, they really kind of stripped Rogue of all of her assets. I'm gonna bring that one up a lot because I think it's more funny than anything. You go back and you look at animation in the 90s, and they didn't really cut back on how women were, how women's sex appeal was, whereas now it's like, oh, we're gonna give Rogue a straight flat ass, flat chest, like she's gonna be like SpongeBob SquarePants, and I thought that was hilarious. But with that said, when everything is being animated, I thought everything looked really good. The voice acting was phenomenal. Like there was a lot of stuff to really enjoy. It hooked me, and when it hooked me, it makes me want to go and continue watching it. If every episode came out, I would have binged this whole thing right away. Like I really like this. I like the animation they did with like Invincible on Amazon Prime. That's the stuff I sort of like when it doesn't look too stiff and it actually tells a phenomenal story with great characters, great dialogue, great music. That's what makes it good. When you look at something like the What If series, What If doesn't do anything for me. I did not like season 1, so I just skipped season 2 altogether. I do not care about the Bad Batch. It's a different type of animation. It's more of the CGI computer generated animation, where this is more of a cell shaded, art style, hand drawn animation. Completely different styles. But what I'm trying to say is, if you want me to invest my time into an animated series, it has to be able to connect a certain core with me, different chord with me rather. And this show really grabbed me. Like I really enjoyed everything that I seen in the first 2 episodes. And I'm looking forward to reviewing maybe the series as we move forward, because I'm really liking what I'm seeing so far. So X-Men 97, I think it's off to a really good start. Where is it going to end? How is it going to end? And is it going to end on a high note? That's the important thing. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Took me a while to do this video, man. I was coughing all morning. I must have tried to attempt to do this video like 4 or 5 different times, and I would just start coughing like crazy. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Sorry if my views and everything's all over the place. I had a coherent way I was gonna go talk about this, and then like I said, with the whole coughing and stuff, everything got messed up. But I at least wanted to get my thoughts out on the show now, because I didn't want to wait until like Monday to do something that came out this week. So overall, really enjoyed it. I'm impressed by it. We'll talk more about it on Storms Live on Sunday probably, and really kind of dive into our thoughts again. I might even give it another watch or two. So that's just my thoughts on it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate you. Until next time, as always, I'm Robert Storms, and that's my opinion. Later, guys.